Hello everyone, it's Justine. Today I'm going to be making a slimline card using this really pretty die. This is the Amazing Paper Grace die of the month. Now, this is called the Peekaboo Trellis Panels die set. So what I did was I just took a piece of paper. Now this was cut down to 3.5 by 8.5. And I just layered this die on top of my paper. I tried to kind of center it a bit, and I put it through my die cutting machine. Then when it came out, the little areas where it needed to pop out, popped out, and now it is ready to go on my card. So this is my slimline card, and it measures 3.5 by 8.5. So if you're going to cut a base for it, it would be 7 by 8.5, just in case you're wanting to remake it. I don't have a problem with anyone remaking my cards, so if you want to, go for it. Now I'm going to put double-sided adhesive around the border of this card front. Then I'm going to take my liquid glue and focus on the little leaves in the center to make sure that they are adhered down and not going to pop off or be like a loose edge. Oh, I have a little clog in my glue. I really enjoy using the Barely Art liquid glue because of this fine tip. I can just kind of dot my glue around and go from there. It's pretty nice to use. So of course glue bottles do clog up, so every once in a while there's a little clog, but you know, that's what happens with glue. It's supposed to dry, so sometimes it does dry up in the nozzle, but I've tried a few different liquid adhesives and this one seems to be a very nice option. Plus it is not ridiculously expensive. There's a couple other brands that I liked their product, but I thought they were way overpriced. So Barely Art seems to kind of have it down. You get the good product and a good price. So now that my card front is on my card, I'm going to add on my pieces. And this is an all white card. I kind of wanted it to be monochromatic with one color here, so we're gonna see how it turns out. We have 3 roses. Now if you're interested in knowing how I made the roses, I will just say that there is a little trick to this. So I'm gonna pull out a card that I've already made with this die set to explain it a little bit better. All right, you may or may not have watched the video where I created this card, but I just wanted to talk about the roses, and since this is, you know, white on white, I think it would be a little more understandable if I showed you this way. So for the roses, to make the purple part, you just use this outside die and it cuts out the flower. Then to make the pink part that you would layer on top of the purple part, you use both of these dies and you put them together, put them on your paper, run it through your die cutting machine, and you will get the pink part. So this is for the purple and both of these are for the pink. If you just put this through for the pink, you will end up with a rose that looks like this. So it's more of the pieces. So if you want to have this rose as opposed to these ones, that's just fine. It's just a different look. So you'll have to decide what look you're going for, with more of the outlined or more of the kind of abstract looking. I personally like this way a little bit better since it is a little clearer to see the rose and it is quicker. So, you know, up to you. If you're interested in watching this video, I do have it on my channel. Back to today's project though. We have 3 flowers here, and then I die cut out a whole bunch of leaves and little twiggies, so, and sprigs. I basically am just going to kind of tuck those in behind my roses and not really concern myself about gluing just yet. So I want it off to the side here. For my roses, I'm going to glue them down together as one unit and then put my little pieces on behind this rose unit. Again, I'm using my liquid glue to do this. I guess for a more playful look, I could just glue the whole rose down and know that the glue will catch some of the sprigs. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I loaded up my roses with glue and I'm just going to plop them down. And yes, the edges are going to kind of flow off the paper, and that's kind of okay. It's kind of looking more lively this way. To finish off my card, I'm going to add a little bit of bling. Now, these are the Color Essential Gems from Spellbinders, and this is the Crystal Mix. So I'm going to use some of these kind of like opal colored ones on here just to give a little bit of different color of white. I know it's like white on white on white, and just kind of give it a little bit of interest. I think this would be a really fun like bridal card or even a sympathy card if it was, you know, appropriate, I suppose. But the idea that I was kind of going with in my head when I wanted to make an all white card was for a wedding. So that's kind of where my thought process was going. There is a look at my finished card. I'm going to leave the inside blank for now, and perhaps if I use it for a wedding, I might write something like congratulations, or if it's a sympathy card, I might say like deepest sympathies or whatnot, but it is all done. I hope you liked the video and subscribe for more videos like this in the future, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!